Alright, so I want to make a quick Bitcoin analysis video here and kind of go over the important stuff because, we are still at a very important point. I think we have been since we really came down to touch this range low. I'd say at that point we were in the danger zone. And the reason I say that is because I think if we lose this range low with an actual close significantly below it, not just like, these little deviations, then that could be the beginning of a larger retracement following Bitcoin's all-time high. So us holding this range low is very important. And so far, Bitcoin is attempting to do it. We have seen basically SFPs lower and lower, no real just significant breaks where it's obvious that we're breaking lower. And it seems like Bitcoin is trying to hold on here. And at this point, Bitcoin has once again come back up to try and reclaim the initial range low. We attempted over here after taking it out. We even got this mini SFP and then even got a bullish break over here, but obviously the intention was to come lower. Now, after getting a move into this lowest support box, we actually even wicked it out slightly over here. We are now trying to reclaim this range low once again. So I want to quickly lay out the key levels that I'm watching and basically what developments I would be looking for next. And maybe we'll even click through Market Cipher, see how that is looking, see if that can give us any bias one way or another. So we did form a lower time frame range, as well as we also continued market structure since we took out this low. So once we broke above that range, we also broke market structure. And I have this labeled as a 4-hour break of structure, and I have this labeled as a higher time frame lower high. I do think this can still hold as a higher time frame lower high, and we are hitting resistance now, so that is definitely something I want to be cautious of. And this lower high aligns with the value area low of the overall range, which the range I'm looking at begins on the 14th of July on that high that we put in. This was Bitcoin's previous all-time high. So the confluence at this level at 113,450 makes this a level of interest. And I think mainly the thing I'm looking for to kind of confirm bullishness and confirm the beginning of a range rotation back to the upside would be breaking above this lower high, as well as breaking back into the value area of the range. And there are many resistance zones that I found on the way up, which can be used for confluence. If we maybe come up and get a weak move above this high, sort of like an immediate SFP, that is probably not going to cut it for me. I would like to see a strong, obvious break, ideally above this resistance zone, which the coordinates for that are right here. So I'd like to see it close above basically 115K. And this can also make it so that there may be some longs if there are any retracements from these zones. Like, let's say, I don't know, maybe we reject from here but come down, and then there's something bullish in this area. That could be a long trade. Maybe we break this zone immediately and, get a move up into this next resistance box before retracing. If that's the case, then I would certainly be looking for longs on a retrace. But I definitely want to be aware of all of the resistance that we got above us, especially this one up here, which aligns with the point of control of this range. I think if we can get above the value area low, my target would shift to this area right here. Although these areas could give retracements, I think it's more likely that if we're going to see like a topping point, like if we actually fail a range rotation, it will likely be from the point of control confluence zone, which the coordinates for that are right here on the right. And apart from that, in the meantime, I am looking to trade the price action that we got in front of us. I'm not completely sitting out. I have taken trades, and I've even attempted some long trades, some, what I may consider early longs, but if there's confirmations, then I'll treat them as scalps, and if they end up running, they end up running. And that's mostly it for the higher time frame stuff. I am using Bitcoin to also make decisions on other longs that I'm in. I am in some ETH longs on multiple accounts. I'm in some swing longs, which I considered closing out a couple times, but, based on the fact that Bitcoin is so far holding support, I've decided to keep them open. Now, finally, let's just click through Market Cipher real quick. We'll go from the top down. And the weekly time frame, momentum obviously has been coming down. Looks like, we may still be a ways away from this VWAP coming up and crossing over, giving us a green dot. I do like money flow, how it is still, in the green a significant amount. It hasn't been, really trending down along with price action, so that is reassuring. The 3-day looks like it could be printing a trigger wave. So this is closer to giving us a green dot, and money flow ain't looking too bad. We're even in a local uptrend. You can see money flow starting to make higher highs as price is moving to the downside. So a bit of divergence with the money flow there. And 2-hour is pretty similar, although money flow is coming down a little bit. But again, I like the direction. This is looking like it could be a nice trigger wave to this anchor back here. Also, you could even say hidden bullish div with momentum from here to here, if this area holds, that is. Daily time frame money flow looking a bit more sus, but it is, starting to hook back up after getting this slight move into the green. We are in a bullish environment, so typically once you see money flow retrace, it tends to spend a little bit of time in the red and, a lot more time in the green. Of course, we're making an assumption that the bullish environment is going to continue. And, there is not any divergences with this momentum wave. It's a very oversold wave. That's, the best we can say from this. We do have a big BitBoy green dot down here. It's been a while since I said that. And again, we could even point out the hidden divergences from here to here. On the 12-hour, money flow is starting to come back in, and is getting a better move into the green than what we saw last time we attempted to cross. And I would really like to see how money flow looks on these midterm timeframes, and this is actually what I wanted to see. This, to me, looks like a nice curvature of money flow, a full-on reset of the money flow, and it looks like it is attempting to head back into the green now, with momentum looking pretty good as well. On the 4-hour, we formed divergences as we put in lower lows here. We got 2 drives of them from here to here, and then once again as we put in that last lower low. And it looks like money flow diverged as well, and it did. So you could make the argument that maybe these 4-hour regular divergences are confirming the higher time frame hidden divergences. When I do trade hidden divs, I like to have the local confirmations to go along with it. And of course, following those confirmations, we did get some market structure confirmations as well. However, I do think that this lower high is going to be more significant. And the rest of the midterm timeframes basically tell the same story as the 4 hours, so no sense in going over all that. So that's about it for this video. I just want to make a quick update. I do think that Bitcoin has potential to begin rotating back to the upside, but that is under the condition that we actually are able to reclaim this very key level right here. Alright, that does it for this video. Thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like, subscribing, leaving a comment. I appreciate the support, and I will see you all in the next one.